Coming up, we have your August 2021 Las Vegas real estate market update.
Hey everyone, I'm Steve.
And I'm Kristen.
We are the Thomas Group with Love Local Real Estate, your local Las Vegas and Henderson realtors, here today to bring you your August 2021 Las Vegas real estate market update from Town Square. So thank you for joining us. As you've realized, we've got a new member of the Thomas Group joining us on our market update today. He's not going to be here the whole time, you guys. Our assistant Ben is very kindly here with us, and he's going to be taking great care of him while we give you guys an update on the market. But we just wanted to show you our boy Taylor and say thank you to everyone that's reached out to us.
Thank you again, you guys, so much, everyone who's reached out. It's been wild, and we truly appreciate, everyone, and gosh, I have so much more respect now for all of you parents and moms and dads. And
yeah, I said that before, single parents as well, literally no idea how you guys do it. So we're going to give you some info on the Las Vegas real estate market update. Quit talking about our family.
Yeah. In addition to all of the market statistics, we're also going to be talking about the luxury market and the highest price sale that Las Vegas has seen. Show you some pictures of that. It's amazing. And we also are going to be talking about the investors that are buying in the Las Vegas Valley, the percentage, which is a pretty shocking statistic, and also what that means for you guys that are thinking about purchasing the next coming years.
But we're here in Town Square, and we come here quite often, don't we?
Yeah, we do. It's really nice thing about Town Square is it's very central. So sometimes if you live in Henderson and your friends live in Summerlin, you might as well live in different states. It's an upscale shopping and dining venue. It's beautiful. It kind of makes me feel like we're in Florida, right?
Yeah.
The shopping centers there.
Less humid. The one thing is, with it being so center, it's right by the airport. So if you guys can hear some planes and noise and stuff behind us, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And we're sorry we didn't think about that before we came here.
Yeah, but it's if you're visiting, it's a great shopping center to visit. If you live here, there's events that go on throughout the year, so definitely check out their website to see. There's stuff at Christmas. They have different musical acts come in. And great happy hour at Brio here as well. All over. We've done bar crawls, haven't we, through Town Square?
You make us sound like boozers.
Well, we were a little bit before we had a baby.
True that, yeah. Yeah, no time at all now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no time
cool. Well, enough about that. Let's get into the numbers for the latest market update. All right, let's start with single family homes, like we always do. So the median sales price for single family homes last month was $405,000. And that is up 2.5% from the previous month, which we say this every month, but that is still a crazy appreciation for month to month. And it's up 22.7% from the same time last year. Do you remember when CoreLogic put out that report that Vegas home prices were going to be decreasing by 13%?
Yeah, who's laughing now?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Not to
everybody.
Say we told you so. But
yeah. And and all those people that were waiting, like the market's going to crash. I mean, you've just got to be fully informed before you start making, comments and decisions like that, because you can have like what we call back home getting your eye wiped, which means you're basically being made fun of.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't get your eyes wiped, people. All right. So there were 3,352 units sold last month. That's down 5.4% from the previous month, which we thought we were going to see. Pending sales were down. It's up 0.8% from the same time last year. Now, something kind of interesting is that's normal for this time of year, right?
Yeah, we typically see ourselves in our business a slowing down around this time, and we were talking about it was quite interesting what Kristen told me, and it makes perfect sense, is that a lot of families are trying to get their vacations over and done with,
kids back
and
to
moved
school.
and back to school, and then what generally happens is September and October it picks back up again.
Yeah.
November slow and dying, December a little quiet.
Exactly.
So yeah, Kristen's going to get into it shortly, but we've definitely been seeing an increase in the inventory, which is good as well.
Like Steve was saying, we are getting more inventory, and And new listings have gone up as well. There were 4,077 new listings last month, up 5.6% from the previous month and up 10.1% from the same time last year. So that's great. And what happens now, we have more new listings, less homes sold. And what does that do? That pushes up our available inventory, which is great. So there were 3,007 single family homes available for sale last month. That's up 22.5% from the previous month.
Finally,
right? That's a significant amount. If you're looking for homes and there's 25% more homes to pick from, basically, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's actually down 37.4% from the same time last year.
Okay, so but again, we were still in that COVID period last year, so very strange.
Weird. Yeah, we're starting to eat at the inventory, and then we ate, and now here we are. Now, our months of inventory was about 1 month of inventory. That's up 30% from the previous month, and down 37.9% from the same time last year, which is good. It's going up, but what does the months of inventory mean?
Yeah, 6 months is a balanced market, so 1 month it's still very, very heavily favoring the seller. But if you've been watching our channel for a while, you'll have heard us saying we were at 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.6, and we are creeping up right now. So if you're a seller thinking about wanting to get out of town and capitalize on the market right now, still is really good time up through to the end of November. Is going to be solid, but the inventory is increasing every single month.
Yeah, and something that's really interesting, I read an article by Redfin, because now Redfin's got their hands in a bunch of things, and they've got a lot of data, which is where everything's going in the world, right? Data. So they can tell in different markets how many of their agents are competing against multiple offers. And they publish this for everyone to look at, which is really cool. And actually, in most markets, the number of offers competing against multiple offers is going down. Las Vegas, it actually went up a little bit. We're like 8th in the nation for where we rank in terms of the competing offers, and it's about a quarter, maybe a little bit more than that for that. So
yeah, I would say, personally, when I've been writing offers, I would say it's 50-50 right now.
Me too. I think it's 50-50, but I think that's probably because of what our clients are looking for. Our clients are looking for very popular, a lot of our clients look in Summerlin, Henderson, that sort of thing. So that's my guess why that is.
Yeah.
Well, that wraps up the single family. Let's move on to condos and townhomes. The median sales price was $224,250. That's up 3.8% from the same time from last month, and up 14.4% from the previous year. So not as big of a year over year, but like we talked about in our last video, the condos and townhomes had a slower recovery than the single family, but now they're starting to catch up.
Yeah, and in some cases, some months they've accelerated.
Yeah.
Past single families in terms of units sold, I believe.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm shocked what an Inspirata, which is a master plan community in Henderson, those townhomes now, I've seen some for $400,000.
Yeah, even our community, in fact, if you guys are looking at buying a townhome in Henderson, Kristen and I are going to be putting ours on the market.
Great views from the rooftop.
Anytime when our general contractor decides to finish the house. So if you're watching, get going, Michael. And that was the crack of the whip, just in case you're wondering what that was.
I was wondering. Yeah.
So the condos, townhomes have caught up as well. But What was that other study you were telling me? Was that also Redfin about the investors?
That, I believe it was Redfin. Yeah. So this is an interesting one, guys. If we want to get into this now, let's do it. They also put out a study that said that 25% of homes bought in Las Vegas were bought by investors.
Yeah, and 1 in 4.
Yeah, 1 in 4. Yeah, I think the only markets ahead of us are possibly Phoenix and Miami, which that's crazy. 1 in 4. This is going to have a huge knock-on effect down the road in terms of we already don't have enough homes for people that want to buy them and live in them. More and more people are going to be renting in the future. Yeah,
and investors, anyone that's got excess cash that doesn't want it sitting in the bank. I was just watching the news last night, and it's talking about inflation, 5%. I think it's probably way higher than that. When you increase 25% of the money supply, such a short period of time, there's really no way that assets aren't going to increase 25% also. And we've got to about 22% increase, but there's still going to be room to go, and investors know that.
Right.
And you're going to put your money into real estate and it's going to go up.
Yeah. And what's interesting too, you guys, is a lot of these investors, they're not super picky on getting it for what like the appraised value is. They're just trying to snap up everything between like 250 and 450 desirable area.
Yeah.
And a lot of them too are building new developments that are all rental homes. So this is kind of starting to happen. We never used to see this before. They're building an entire neighborhood that's owned by American Homes for Rent, say. They're building one in Cadence. It looks like a regular neighborhood. Every single one of those homes is owned by this hedge fund. It's going to be interesting down the road. Like, I'm not saying this because I'm a real estate agent. I want you to buy homes from me. I truly think that it's important that if you're wanting to own a home, like, now is a good time to get in, because once they're owned by all these people, like,
interest rates are so low right now still, although it's a more challenging market. You've got to follow the smart money.
Yeah.
Right,
exactly.
and see what the smart money's doing. Then, make an evaluation for yourself through all of the socio-economic factors, everything that's happening. So yeah, you really have to consider, all of the factors, look at the big picture and see if it makes the most sense to you. But the one thing that I can tell you is that if you're still renting right now with inflation, don't think that rents stay the same. Rent prices go up too. So you guys make your own, decision. And, a lot of people as well don't like actually living in communities which is full of rentals for one reason or another. So, if you are wanting to move into town and you're wondering, how many rentals are in those communities, Kristen and I can find all of that, information for you, just so that you're better informed.
Absolutely. All right, so back to our
Condos,
townhomes. Yeah, woo, where did we go? All right, there were 873 condos and townhomes sold last month. That was down 7.4% from the previous month and up 24.7% from the same time last year. Now, new listings. 1,016 new listings came on the market last month. That's up 5.6% from the previous month and up 9.6% from the same time last year. So again, if we have fewer sales and more new listings coming on the market, that is pushing our inventory up to, we have 662 properties available for you, up 15.1% from the previous month and down 58.1% from the same time last year. Yeah, that just goes to show that what we were kind of saying, that there really were not many sales of condos and townhomes this same time last year.
Yeah, and now 15% more inventory, so
and inventory.
It's good, yeah.
Absolutely. The very last thing is the months of inventory, and there are 0.8 months. That is up 24.5% from the previous month and down 66.4% from the same time last year.
Yeah, same sort of trend with the single families, just an increase in inventory.
But still a seller's market.
Very, very much.
Absolutely. So something else that we wanted to talk about is the luxury market.
Oh, luxury market's been doing phenomenal. And we actually just had our highest priced sale in the Valley, which is pretty crazy. Have a guess. Drum roll.
Actually, let's show them some pictures of it.
Oh, yeah.
Look at these pictures.
Yeah, this is phenomenal.
Really quick. Now guess what you think that this house sold for.
Yeah, Blue Heron is the builder of the home, and Kristen and I, we love lots of the builders in town, but Blue Heron, I would say, is probably our favorite. Would you say that?
100%.
100%, yeah. There's a couple of, I really like Christopher Homes too. There's a lot of boutique builders as well in the luxury market that are doing great work, but Blue Heron for me is on a whole nother level.
Their concept is it's desert modern, and the way that they subtly put together different textures and earth tones. It's just understated elegance.
They go to whole different levels when they're actually planning and plotting where to put the property. Like for that property, before there was any roads and paths up to it, they drove it on a four-wheeler, had topographic maps looking at the landscape, the terrain, and really decide how they can capitalize on the light and the sun and the shade at different times of day. And then they you see it, it's just mind-blowing. So that sold for how much?
25 million.
25 million. Now, if you're coming from California, that's probably pocket change. That's like a 3-car garage for you right now. But you know, out here in Las Vegas, that's the largest ever
sale.
sale.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the best lots in the valley. The house is huge.
In McDonald Highlands in Henderson.
Yeah. Love McDonald Highlands. Yeah, so that's pretty.
Share the interesting facts about these luxury sales each year on year.
Oh, right. So this is what's interesting, and kind of tying into that, the buyer and buyer's agent that bought that property literally said they thought this was a deal. Like, this is a deal, this is an investment, because they see what we see, which is the luxury market increasing here, and you know, they think not too long from now it's going to be worth 50 million.
Yeah, I'll give you just one reason. Like, if you take California as an example, like all the proposed measures and tax measures and stuff that they're putting in there, and the a wealth tax as well, that some people, this blows my mind that this can happen in America. But anyway, but they don't want to stay there ananymore. Like, come here. It's only 3 hours to LA.
Close to your family.
And
you drive fast, 3 hours. It's like 4.5. 4, is it?
I don't know, 3.5.
Depends on how heavy your foot is. Yeah. So anyway, in 2019, there were 10 sales in the entire year above 5 million.
Okay.
2020, 32 sales above 5 million. 2021, the first half of the year, 26 sales. So we're on pace to do over 50 sales above 5 million. Yeah.
What's that saying to you guys?
Yeah, exactly. Cool. All right. Well, I think that's all we have for today. Steve, you got anything else?
No, thank you for tuning in and watching. If you're new to our channel, we bring you market updates every single month. Our team travels around the valley and we bring you real estate tours of new construction, little tips and activities that we're doing here in town. And if you're thinking about moving into town, we would love to help. You can find all of our information on the thomasgrouplv.com. And if you're thinking about selling, you can also reach us there and let us know you're here in town, you want to capitalize on the market, and we'd love to go and give a free consultation. There's no pressure with us. We're not high pressure people. And
except when we need to be.
Except when we need to be, correct. But for now, thank you so much for watching.
Bye, guys.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks.